Now, do you think f composed with g is going to be the same as g composed with f? Well, it is when we multiply, right? But is there any reason? So your instincts say no. Well, let's see if you're right. So right away, write down by definition, what is g of f of x equal to? By definition. G of, now it's g on the outside. F of x is your input. So g composed with f of x is g of f of x by definition. So now your input is going to be the formula for f of x. Okay, let's remind ourselves what that was. F of x was negative 2x plus 1. So work it from the inside out. I'm going to replace I'm going to replace f of x with its formula, which was negative 2x plus 1. Work it from the inside out. Does that make sense so far? Now, what am I going to do with that negative 2x plus 1 in red there? I'm going to, well, what formula am I going to put it in? I'm going to put it in this formula, right? That's the formula for g. In other words, this is just function notation, you guys. G of negative 2x plus 1, function notation. Regular old function notation. And what it means is the input is now negative 2x plus 1. That's your input into g. Input into the function g. Or let's write it this way. Input for g, right? So you go back up to the formula for g. The input was x, right? But you're going to switch that to the negative 2x plus 1. So what I would do is just write parentheses squared plus 3 to get used to the idea of substituting something in for x. Parentheses squared plus 3 instead of x squared plus 3. Parentheses squared plus 3. And in that set of parentheses, you're going to insert the new input, negative 2x plus 1. Does that make sense? Okay. So what could you do with this? What could you do with it? You could FOIL it out and add the constants together, right? So let's use that formula. A plus b quantity squared equals a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. What do you get? That says you square the first guy. What's negative 2x squared? 4x squared. And then because of the minus in front here, you're going to multiply the first guy times the second guy and double it and add that on. But that's adding a negative, so it's going to be a minus, isn't it? So minus 4x. Does everybody see that? And then you square the last guy, add that in, but 1 squared is 1. But then you still have the plus 3 out here. So what do you get when the dust settles? There you go. 4x squared minus 4x plus 4. You could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it as is, yeah.